Hey everyone, so I'm back here with another video. This time around I have part 6 of my PS2 collection. Sorry for the length of this series. It's kind of exorbitant, but I have a very large PS2 collection. Not as large as a lot of people out there, but it's pretty big. Anyways, so getting into the games here, again as usual, if there's anything that I say that I haven't played yet and you think that I should get around to playing as soon as possible, or a game that you think I should reconsider, just let me know and let me know in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Also, just a reminder, if you haven't already checked out my 300 subscribers contest video, go ahead and check that out and sign up, enter into the contest if you want to, and maybe you'll win the prize. So let's get to these games. First up here is actually it's the last set of games in my North American PS2 collection. The next video after this, part 7, is going to be all of my import games. So everything here is between the letters T and Y. I have no games starting with the letter Z. So first here is Tekken 5. I enjoy Tekken games. Tekken 5 I haven't played as much. I played Tekken's 1 through 3 the most, but I never personally owned any of those ones. Tekken 5 is, I think, the only one that I own, other than maybe one on the PS Vita. I think I have a Street Fighter Cross Tekken or something like that. Anyways, next up, Tetris Worlds. I love Tetris games, and the fact that they made a multiplayer in this here, great idea. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. The movie was okay. It wasn't as bad as Terminator Salvation, but yeah, I got this for $3.99 at the Value Village. I don't really know why I got it. It must be in very good condition. Yeah, it's in perfect condition. So I guess I just got it to add it to the collection. If you know anything more about this game, it looks to be just a first-person shooter with not so good graphics. Just let me know your thoughts on this game. Next is Time Crisis 2 with a whole bunch of stickers all over it. I'm trying to get all the GunCon games, and the Time Crisis series is one that I haven't really gotten into, but I like myself some arcade shooters, so I had to get this one. Next is a game that is actually a port from the PSP, or I'm not entirely sure if this one came out first and then it was ported to the PSP, or if it was ported from the PSP, but it's Tokobot Plus, Mysteries of the Karakuri. It's a kind of Pikmin clone where you use all these little robots, you link them together, and you make them do different things within the game. Next are the 2 Tomb Raider games I have for the PS2. I have here Tomb Raider Anniversary and Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to the Tomb Raider series. At least I like the controls in these better than in any of the PS1 Tomb Raider games. Or what other systems was it on? Saturn and PS1, I believe. Either way, the controls in the PS2 games are a lot better than any of the earlier games. The earlier games were just insane trying to control. Next up are 2 games in the series that I had some fun with. I played mostly the GameCube version of the first one here, and I rented that game a lot back in the day, and I was just really into it for a really long time, but I really didn't get far into the game because I liked wiping out too much. So the games I have here are Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4. Now, I don't think that I have any of the other Tony Hawk games for the PS2, but I could have sworn I had at least one other one, but whatever. Next up is a game that I only got because it had this bonus disc. It's Total Overdose Aglun. A Gunslinger's Tale in Mexico. Uh, and the bonus disc they had in here was a DVD featuring, says, the first look at Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend. And I mean, both the discs were there and in really good condition, so I thought, why not go ahead and grab this? But I don't know anything about this game. If you know anything about it, just let me know in the comment section. Next is a game that I really shouldn't have bought, but it was in a lot of games, so I had to take it. It's Turok Evolution, and I'll just say this, and this pretty much goes against a lot of people's thoughts, but I do not like the Turok series at all. Like, this thing to me should not exist in any form, and it's just not a good game. It's not a good game at all. Next is actually a game in the series that I really like, and I played the PSP game in the series the most. It's Twisted Metal Black, and I haven't played this version all that much, but if it's anything like all the other Twisted Metal games, it should be fun. I just absolutely love playing as different characters in the different vehicles, and using up all the different attacks and destroying the other cars. I got really, really good at the PSP version, so much so that at the point where I could just destroy everything within seconds, and it was still really fun, but it was losing some enjoyment at that point. Next is Virtua Fighter 4. I like the Virtua Fighter series. The characters are pretty basic ripoffs of other fighting game characters, but I mean, it's Sega. I like Sega. I'm gonna give them a chance. Next is Whiplash, and I only got this because it's a Crystal Dynamics and Eidos game, and it features animals. But yeah, Whiplash. I do not know anything about it, though, because I never got around to playing it. This is a more recent pickup from me, well, from a few months ago at least, and yeah. Next is another game that I only bought because it was dirt cheap, and it was still sealed. This was like $1 from EB Games. It's World Poker Tour. I have no intention of ever opening this because I could care less about actually playing a poker game. I'd much rather just play poker. Next is a game in a series that I wish I had the other ones as well, but at least I have this one here. Xenosaga Episode 1, Der Real Zermacht. I don't know, I'm terrible at German, but yeah, Xenosaga Episode 1. Now, I wish that I had the other games as well. It's a pretty interesting futuristic RPG, but I don't. And I'm just going to wait until I get the other ones before I really get into this game. There were even games before that in the series, but hell, it's pretty hard to get into. Next is X-Men Legends. I like X-Men games and the X-Men cartoon shows more than I will ever like the live-action movies or the comics, really, so I had to get that as well. And the last game here is a game that I picked up much more recently, but I did have this. Sorry, I don't know why it's so awkward, but I had other games in this series, and it's a series that I like for lots of other reasons other than the games. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. It was one of those things that I sort of just got right into, and it sort of stuck with me all these years. 12 years after Yu-Gi-Oh! Became a thing in North America, and I still really like Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, the games are kind of disappointing when they tried to put in other elements in it, like RPG elements, but when they stuck to just basic duel simulators, I feel like those are perfect. They should just stick to making games like that. And yep, that's it for my PS2 North American collection. Again, if you haven't watched any of the other parts, go ahead and watch those as well. They're all available on my channel. Stay tuned for part 7, where I'm going to show you guys my import game collection. It's pretty small, so it should be relatively quick. And as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything else that you'd like to say, anything at all, just leave it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, website. They're all linked in the description below. And that's it. See ya.